You
he
guys are
enjoyed it.
civilian newbies. Like this is new to
I
you. You've
guess so.
never experienced a bomb scare like this before. I mean, there
No,
were
but not
rockets. People died. There were people killed. Destroyed
exactly.
houses. Have you heard anything? Do you hear the sound or
Yeah, we
just the
heard the bombs.
sirens?
No, we heard the bombs. I mean, I heard them flying. We were actually you weren't there a couple of nights ago. We were at Zera, which is a town between Haifa
Yeah,
and Tel
Caesarea.
Aviv.
Yeah.
Caesarea, sorry about that. And there was a bomb in the air which was blown away by the dome shield, and we saw
You
that
saw
happening.
that.
Yeah, I saw that happening. Yeah, I have a picture of, but it's very difficult to see. But I have a picture to prove that. So yeah, and
Wow.
last night you hear in the background as well the bombs falling. So yes, we did. I mean, I did hear the bombs.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. I personally didn't. But I do have a similar, I think, similar experience from Jerusalem. When we were there, and one rocket getting from Yemen. It was from
Oh,
Yemen.
really?
Yeah, getting intercepted. It was, yeah, I believe it was Yemen. I have to.
Yeah, they're not just
Oh,
Iranians. The Houthis are at it too. So yeah.
yeah. So that was really interesting for me because, like Dave said, seeing the rocket, we saw the after effects of the interception smoke, and it was easy to tell. I mean, the sky was clear that night, and after we came out of the shelter, there was just that one cloud. So that was very clearly the one that that had been launched. But yeah, it's going to sound strange, but extraordinary, and in the most truest sense of the word, awesome and educational and terrifying, and all of these emotions that I personally have not had the time to process, and
No, no, no.
I will have to when I get back. I've been journaling throughout this whole trip, and trying to gather local stories and people's conversations and how everybody's feeling on the ground. That was my personal purpose for coming here, was just asking, the Israeli Jews, the Israeli non-Jews, the Muslims, the everybody, how are you feeling? Because there's maybe this a bit stigma that, Israel's not as diverse as it is. It's so diverse here. Everybody is kind and welcoming and just beautiful, beautiful people. So I wanted to know how they were doing. But then as soon as, the rockets started coming and we started getting these air sirens, I stopped writing things down because it's just been so much to think about and handle. And we'll have to, I think, do a bit of decompressing over the next few days.
Well, you're not going to have time because they're already incoming. You were telling me that there's incoming ones now. So what do you want our listeners to understand about what it's like in the shelters? You were with mostly tourists, or were there also Israeli
No. The
workers,
majority,
Israeli
no.
people?
No, the majority are because we're at a hotel and there are a lot of people walking their dogs, especially the first raid which came in, walking the dogs, and then all of a sudden they had to run to the shelter. So we just basically went down the stairs, and the hotel management guy sent us to the right direction. But all these people are, I mean, I saw them running into the hotel room, to the hotel, to run to the shelter. So no, that was
Like they were
experienced.
on the beachfront walking their
Yes,
dogs. I see on
yes,
the promenade.
yes. But that was the first. That was the first or second raid, if I remember, because during dinner when we were walking up and down, because we were trying to finish our dinner, there was a large gap after I think it was 11, and then at 1 o'clock when the major threat happened, there were a lot of people all of a sudden running into the hotel at that moment, which I encountered.
And what do you can you describe what you do there? Do you talk to them? Do you look at your phones? What do people
Yes.
do?
Well, I remember an old lady who I think was Israeli. I don't know if she was a Holocaust survivor, but she was scared to bits, really, really terrified. So we had to comfort her down in the shelter, even though she was Israeli. So it doesn't matter if you were a tourist, like Maddy has explained, and try to get this all in, or even if you're a local resident living in Tel Aviv, having encountered this before, everybody's terrified, with all due respect. And I think the Tel Aviv residents or the Israeli residents have encountered this before because Iran has done this in April, I think, last year.
Yes, they did. And again,
Yeah, but I
twice.
think what is anticipated for tonight is going to be a huge thing because we just got information that the second in command of Iran has just been killed as well. So we are anticipating a huge rocket glare from Iran, which has never been dealt with before by the Israeli army. So yeah, I'm confident that we're going to be protected in the right way, but it's going to be scary nights. That's our anticipation.
Yeah, I think I'd also like to add, like, what I'd like people to know back there is there's I was trying to gather my thoughts here, but maybe a lot of uncertainty, but it's uncertainty and safety. Like, we have the security protocols in place, and we have all of these things in place, but there's so much we don't know. I would say the overnight air sirens are probably the scariest because, I'm sleeping and I don't know, dreaming about probably being on the beach, and then I get this jolt from the loudspeaker manager, which has now been translated into Hebrew and English. I think that happened overnight because they knew that, oh, North American people are here, English speaking people are here. So there's that jolt awake and this unknown, and all that you think about is not at least for me, I'm not thinking about the rockets. I'm not thinking about the logistics. All I'm thinking about is that fight or flight reaction, and grabbing my shoes and grabbing my go bag, which has my passport and everything in it, and just getting to where my group is. And that, I think, might actually take a while to erase from my brain, even when I return home. I'm expecting the nights to be a little bit sleepless.